Hi everyone! Welcome to our step-by-step tutorial showing you how to make your own beautiful peasant blouse. And today I'll be guiding you through each stage of this fun and easy project. Whether you're a beginner or experienced sewist, this video will help you create a beautiful blouse you'll love to wear. This step-by-step video has also been designed for you to take your time and enjoy sewing your new blouse. On the screen, you will now see the pattern pieces required for the Juniper blouse: a front bodice panel, a back bodice panel, and a mirrored pair of sleeve panels. You can find the link to this pattern in the description down below. Next, you will need to gather your fabric, scissors, pins, elastic, loop threader, and a sewing machine. Make sure your fabric is pre-washed to avoid any shrinkage later on. I am using a gorgeous linen and lyocell blend fabric in this tutorial as it's soft to touch and drapes beautifully. To begin, we are going to hem the sleeve panels. With the wrong side of the fabric facing up, fold the edges of each sleeve panel inward twice to create a double-rolled hem. Pin in place and iron the folds in place to create a crisp hem, then stitch close to the folded edge. Repeat this step for the other sleeve. This is how your sleeve panels should look after hemming them. Next, measure 10 cm from the edge of the sleeve hem and mark a straight line across with a pencil, chalk, or mark with pins. Fold the fabric at the marked line, pin it, and sew a straight line to create the tunnel for the elastic. When sewing, use the elastic that you have selected as a guide to make sure the channel will be big enough to fit the width of the elastic. Next, we'll iron the tunnel to make it nice and crisp, which will make it easier to sew. Once ironed, pin it in place and sew it down securely, close to the folded edge. This is essential to make sure the elastic sits flat on the fabric and looks more professional. If you want to add a second elastic tunnel to your sleeve, repeat the previous steps to create another tunnel. I recommend folding the fabric up another 5 cm from the first elastic tunnel. Once again, use the elastic band as a guide when sewing to ensure the tunnel is big enough. It's important not to sew the elastic band to the blouse here. We will thread the elastic through after completing all the sleeve tunnels. Repeat this step for the other sleeve panel. You can now see that we have created 2 separate tunnels on the sleeve panels for the elastic. Ensure that both ends of the tunnels aren't sewn closed. Next, I'll show you how to insert the elastic into the sleeves. First, we need to determine what length of elastic will be comfortable for you to wear. Everyone is different, so these measurements will be unique to you. Wrap the elastic band around your wrist, ensuring it is taut yet comfortable. Slowly move it up your arm to check if it remains comfortable. Once you find the sweet spot, mark a few centimeters more than you need. This is for the overlap needed to tie the ends of the elastic bands together. Pull the elastic through the tunnels using either the safety pin method or a loop threader. In this video, I will show you how to do it with the thread turner tool method. Attach one end of the elastic to the loop threader by threading it through the loop and securing it. Push or pull the loop threader through the tunnel, guiding it along the path. If the elastic band comes loose from the threading tool, don't worry. Just reattach the elastic and try again. This step can be a bit tricky, so take your time and pull the elastic through slowly to ensure it makes it all the way. Continue threading until the elastic emerges from the other end of the tunnel. Carefully pull the loop threader and elastic completely through. Remove the elastic from the loop threader. Repeat this process and insert the elastic into the other tunnels. Using a loop threader makes it easy to pull elastic through narrow fabric tunnels quickly and efficiently. To prevent the elastic bands from retreating back into the tunnels once threaded, I've pinned each end temporarily. We will tie them together soon. Next, fold the sleeve right sides together. Sew the ends of the elastic together using a zigzag stitch or tie a knot in them. Pin and stitch in place. Then zigzag stitch or overlock the raw edges of the sleeve panel. Repeat this step with the other sleeve. Turn both your sleeve panels right side out. Now your sleeves are ready to be attached to the blouse. Fold up the hem of the top twice and pin in place, creating a double rolled hem. Press flat with an iron and sew a straight stitch line. With the right sides together, pin the side seams of the blouse and stitch them with a 1 cm seam allowance. Make sure to backstitch at the beginning and end of the stitch lines. As you can see, I am using mini pegs to secure the seams in place, which are also very handy to use in sewing. Then overlock, zigzag, stitch the raw edges in place. Next, we are going to create elastic tunnels on the main bodice of the blouse. For this top, you will want to create a tunnel at the very top of the blouse and another underneath your bust. You can also add a third tunnel below the bust tunnel, but that is optional. To create the bust tunnel, measure your bust and transfer that measurement onto the top. I recommend adding a few more centimeters to account for the fabric needed to create the tunnel and the fabric taken up to hem the top of the blouse. Transfer that measurement to your top and mark the line with fabric chalk or pins as shown here. If you use pins, attach them to the inside of the blouse so they don't get sewn into the tunnel in the next step. We are going to create a new elastic tunnel for the blouse. Fold the top to this line and secure it all the way around with some pins. Then create another elastic tunnel as we did with the sleeves. Make sure to leave a hole in the tunnel for threading the elastic through. Iron the tunnel flat and edge stitch the tunnel to the main fabric as we did before. The next tunnel below the bust line is optional. I included it in the video to give you an idea of how far down you could install the tunnel. To attach the sleeves to the top, you need to align the V-shaped cuts of the sleeves with the corresponding V-shaped cuts on the sides of the top. Pin them in place and then stitch together with a 1 cm seam allowance. Then overlock, zigzag, stitch the raw edges. Repeat this process for the other sleeve. Now that the sleeves are attached, you can hem the top of the top. Create a double rolled hem like we did before and include the top of the sleeves as well. Pin in place, iron and then stitch closed. Now that we have the underbust tunnel, we need to install the elastic band. This measurement will be unique to you. Use your tape measure or the elastic itself and wrap it around yourself, just like we did with our wrist measurement. Once it's taut but comfortable, cut the elastic with a few additional centimeters. Use the loop threader again and thread the elastic through the tunnel. Next, fold down the top of the blouse either 2 or 3 cm and pin in place. Sew a straight stitch line to create another elastic tunnel the whole way around the top, but leave a small opening so we can insert the elastic. Next, fold the tunnel flat and iron in place. Then edge stitch the other side of the tunnel so that it lays flat on against the blouse fabric. Then, wrap your elastic tape around your shoulders and pull it taut but still comfortable to wear. Then cut the elastic tape. Use the loop turner method to thread the elastic through this new tunnel you have just created. Once through, either tie a knot or sew the ends together and make sure it's secure. It's finally time to try on the blouse and make sure it's comfortable. If it feels too restrictive or tight, remove the elastic causing discomfort and rethread the tunnel with a longer piece of elastic. If it feels good, then you are all done. Congratulations on finishing your new Juniper blouse. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments down below. Until next time, happy sewing!